Olá, tá tudo bom?
Hello, Miguel.
Tá tudo bem? Estamos
Everything
quase, não?
okay? We're just waiting
Desculpa, só...
just waiting a few minutes before
No
starting.
worries.
Okay.
Okay, no worries. Beautiful picture. I will maybe not put it my video because I don't have too much coverage here, but
No
no
problem.
worries. I will take my... Everything ready?
Everything ready. We're gonna be speaking in English, as always.
Okay. Okay, very good. Very good. Let's see how this will go. I got some interest in people in LinkedIn, but then I don't know if they can join, but we'll try then to follow up with the presentation and send the presentation to them and so on.
Okay.
Very good.
Let's just start then. Welcome to this webinar about rural electrification in Africa. Vsm Investment Studio is proud to have a very interesting project today. We, as you know, just to remind you, and also for those who did not attend the other sessions, Vsm Investment Studio is a group of business angels. We are a group of business angels gathering around Portuguese and Spanish startups. We have right now current metrics. We have 73 members. 21 of the members are investors as well, already invested in one of our investment vehicles. And we have currently 14 startups being financed and developed by our network. So this group of business angels, we have a management team. I am one of the managers of Vsm Investment Studio, as you know. I think you already know. And I have with me 3 other business angels, one in Lisbon and 2 in Madrid. All of us have more than 20 years of experience in startups, each one of us, including some exits. We have an approach regarding investing in startups, a very specific approach, which is we try to set up thematic investment vehicles. We have first to assess if we have enough expertise within our group, then if we have enough access to opportunities, and finally resources, financial and human resources, to start an investment vertical for some specific area. The investment entities are thematic, as I was just mentioning, managed by experts, very close to the target companies. We also look for full alignment of interest with among everyone involved, and we focus on creating value for the startups and obviously in making exits, cash in for the investors. As you probably remember, one of our areas of expertise is energy. We have a very good group of energy business angels. We have a very good group of energy business angels, and we have been very active in the last years, financing and supporting startups in the energy area, energy and sustainability, to put it in a broader sense. Today's presentation, we're going to be talking about Solarwood. Solarwood is the code name for a project developed by 2 of our startups. One is Innovacam, a startup based in Funchal in Madeira Island, which was the technical developer of this renewable energy project. And then we have Multiply Energy, which is another startup that has been financed by us as business angels, that is working on the financing of this project. And so I'm gonna now give the word to Antonio Elvas, who is the manager of Multiply, in order for him to explain a little bit about how the project is being set up and the next steps about this very interesting project.
Okay.
Hold on. Please, Antonio, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Tiago. I will try to share my presentation and
Antonio, let me just add that all of you may place your questions in the chat box.
okay.
And we may answer the questions by the end of the presentation. I think it's easier.
Okay, thank you very much. Just sharing the... Well, my name is Antonio Elves. I'm General Manager of Multiply Energy, and Multiply Energy is a startup financed by Energy Planet since 2018, and we've been investing in renewable energy projects in Portugal and in islands, in Portuguese islands as well. So our main investment process is related with external partners that help us on sourcing, on technical audit, on construction and operation and maintenance, and Multiply takes decisions in investment decisions in financing the projects and asset management and disposal. Basically, this is our way of doing this in this works. Our partners are mainly on this screen. The lab has been working with the Multiply and lots of projects in Portugal, most of them in PV solar systems. But as Tiago told us, Solarwood has been also working, and InnovaChem and Chem has been working with Multiply in several other projects. Our main projects that we've been working is related with PV, and also this one that we are going to talk about this one later on, which is Good Shepherd Hospital in Siteki. I think it's going to be Ezekiel or Alvaro is going to do a presentation about this project. I will leave this to them, and I will go through the PV pipeline of Multiply. We have about 4 projects at the moment, 3 in Portugal, and another one in Azores, most of them on a very good stage of development, and I will explain later to you. Good Shepherd, we will be talking this later on with another presentation, and I will talk more about the PV projects. Multiply have decentralized projects in several locations instead of having all the projects in one location, which is good in terms of investment, in terms of the risk. Most of our projects are in consumption areas, which is a stable, where we can have more stable economic growth that can be expected goals on these areas, which is good as well. A couple of projects, I would say, are really close to industrial areas and municipal areas where we can establish PPAs in a more easier way. This is an advantage from our projects too. Potentially lower transmission and grid access costs due shorter distance to connecting points and to individual customers are very good on our projects as well due to the short distance, and lower power losses for that fact as well due to the short distance. And we are already considering in the project the storage of energy, but this can grow. This is an opportunity for growth and on all the projects. For instance, this project in Torres Novas is a project that is going to be developing on a terrain size of 13 hectares. And there's a certain noise on my, I'm not sure, maybe somebody has the, anyway, I will continue. So here, what we can expect from this project, we have a capacity of 8.9 megawatt peak in this one. We expect to have a production about 15,641 megawatt hours per year. The investment capex will be about 445 million euros, and the rentability of this project will be over 7%. And the purchase of this project at a ready-to-build stage would be around 0.66 million euros, which is a very good opportunity. It's very close to a substation, which is Serrada Grande in Torres Novas, which is approximately about 800 meters, 1,000, and it's close to an industrial area as well. This project was instructed in July 2019, and we are waiting for an agreement with network operator, which is EDP, to engage in this project, and for sure, along with other promoters that will be nearby this project. There will be a share of costs in terms of the connections, the lines that has to be built to connect these projects. Very good land area for developing, very close to the highway, which is interesting as well. Very well positioned with the municipality that we have already the improvement, and the contracts with the owner with the landowner as well on our side for 30 years. I would say all the projects we have the contracts of the lands for 30 years with the landowners. Another one is Sabugal, 10.9 megawatt peaks. We can expect from this one a production of 18,865 megawatts. Of course, this is calculated with software, specific software, taking into account the location of this project. This project is near Guarda. This project has 3 landowners that we reach an agreement with all of them, and rentability above 7% and leverage. And we can expect at the ready-to-build stage the possibility of purchase of this project around 0.82 million euros. Very good land as well to install this type of facilities and installation. And another good one that we have is Santarém, very close near Alcaruchel. It's a bigger land, about 32 hectares, just one landowner with a contract already in place. Submitted, waiting for an agreement with EDP, and perhaps for sure with another promoters around this one to share the cost of the connections. And the value of this one would be at the ready-to-build stage about 1.68 million euros, and the capex for construction about 11.2 million. So very keen with this project because it's a very good land. Sorry for this one. It's this one. It's a very nice place, very close to a substation as well, and a promising project for sure. Then, and for last, we have a huge opportunity in San Miguel. We just have reached an agreement also for this one with the 13 hectares of land for developing 4.5, maybe 5 mega VAs of nominal capacity for this one. Of course, the radiation in these islands are lower than in the continent, in Portugal, but the tariff is very high, so the rentability of this project is much higher than in Portugal, despite the radiation is much lower, or it's slightly lower, and it's a project that will be ready for construction for sure during beginning 2021. I would say will be ready to go. So this is what I have for the moment to tell, and this is our main investments for Multiply, and this is what we are looking for investor as well to continue developing this type of projects. So now to go on and to proceed, I will pass to Just give me a moment, please. Right. So now I'm going to pass to Ezekiel. That's going to talk about, sorry if I find him.
Antonio, let me just take this opportunity to remind everyone that you may place your questions, if you have some questions, in our chat box. And then by the end of the presentations, we're going to try to answer and to generate a debate if that's the case. And so for now, we will proceed with the presentation from InnovaChem, right?
Yes, it's with you already, Ezekiel.
Jose, Ezekiel, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you, Antonio.
Okay, go ahead, Jose.
Let's let.
InnovaChem is one of our startups. InnovaChem got finance from Energy Planet. It is based in Madeira Island, and it is the company that was in touch with Swaziland in order to first develop the concept, the Solarwood concept, and then the project in the Iswantini. Go ahead, Jose.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this webinar on Solarwood technology. My name is José Ezequiel, and I work for the InnovaChem company based in Funchal, Madeira. InnovaChem works mainly in the field of renewable energies. We are partners of Multiplay in this project, and we are a participated company of Energy Planet. My collaboration in this project focuses on the technical and the assembly part of the solution. Solarwood Solution wants to install a pilot project to provide power to Good Shepherd Hospital in Siteki, Eswatini. Our hybrid energy solution is to produce energy from biomass and solar energy. Currently, the hospital energy consumption comes from the national grid and from a coal-fired boiler. Our solution is to replace fossil fuel consumption with clean green energy. Our project consists of 4 containers, which serve to transport to the site to be installed and to support in the operational stage. All these containers are developed by our company's partners suppliers with high knowledge in the development and implementation of this technology. I'm sorry, it was this one, sorry. As we can see here in these images, container 1 is where the collected biomass will be prepared and dried. The container 2 is where the combined heat and power CHP plants will be installed to produce electrical and thermal energy. The container 3 will serve to transport the photovoltaic panels to be installed on site, leaving an empty space that can be used after the installation as a workshop, office, or a storage place. The last container, container 4, will serve for energy storage, supervision, and control of the system. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the contents of each container. As I mentioned earlier, container 1 is where the biomass acquired will be transformed into chips. The biomass collected will undergo into a drying and crushing process for optimal size of use. We will integrate a drying and shipping system to produce wood chips in this container. The heat required to dry the wood chips will come from the CHP plants installed in container 2. It is important to note that all the biomass used in our process is obtained in a sustainable way from forest waste and invasive forest species. The wood chips prepared in this container, container 1, will then be sent to this container, container 2. Inside this container will be installed to combine heat and powered biomass plants, each one with an electric and thermal power of 40 electric kilowatt and 80 thermal kilowatt respectively. The maximum annual production is 700 megawatts per hour per year. This container will be assembled by Wino Energy. Wino Energy is a Finnish company and is our supplier in this project for this production unit. They are experts in this kind of technology. These units will produce energy using the gasification process. This is a process that consists of a gasifier producing the synthesis gas from the burning of the wood chips. This gas, in turn, will be used as fuel to power an engine to produce electrical energy from a generator. The heat generated by this process will be captured in a heat recovery system and used for heating the hospital water network and the wood chips drying process in container 1. We can visualize this process in the scheme presented here, and we also see a Wino team in the assembly of one of these containers. The third container will be used to transport the photovoltaic panels and all the necessary structure to their installation in local. Once the photovoltaic field is installed, this container, as I mentioned above, can be used as an office, workshop, or for storage. We will install the photovoltaic system based on monocrystalline photovoltaic panels with a nominal power capacity of 150 kilowatts and an annual production estimated of more than 150 megawatts hour for a year. The great advantage of these panels is their high efficiency, generating more electrical energy, and its useful life extends for over 30 years. Sorry. Last container, container 4, is where the energy storage will be done and the management of the entire system. As we know, the photovoltaic energy is not produced uniformly. It presents variations due to evening periods, weather conditions, and other factors. Therefore, it is necessary to use an energy storage system which adapts the production capacity to consumption needs. In this container, we will install a system of batteries, charge controllers, inverters to store the energy produced. The batteries will be charged with the electricity produced by the photovoltaic system and then deliver that energy to the output of the facility for consumption. We choose to use the lithium batteries because they are the safest, most stable, with the longest life batteries, and most importantly, they are the most efficient. A data acquisition and control system, better known as SCADA, will also be installed in this container. This control system includes computers, network data, communications, which are performed by networked modules to sensors and field actuators installed in all the 4 containers. All this data is sent through a fiber optic network to the control center. The data acquisition levels will be performed in the 4 containers, and several variables will be monitored, such as cogeneration and photovoltaic production, storage energy level, total plant active and reactive power, signals and alarms in all the containers, so that if any anomaly is detected, it can be corrected. Finally, to conclude, I would like to stress that our solution is a carbon-free energy, a modular solution, a scalable solution, and replicable solution. It is a solution that can be adapted to the most diverse locations, delivered and installed, ready to operate. Good Shepherd Hospital will be our first project. And in the future, we intend to install this energy solution in other locations. Our strengths are our ability to adapt this concept to the most diverse facilities. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and that it was clarifying. Thank you all for your time. Now I will pass now the word to Álvaro, who will talk to you about the installation local Good Shepherd Hospital. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, José. I will take this opportunity just to add that José was the main engineer behind the design and develop of this product. This is a product, and this product was financed by Energy Planet, as I mentioned. And so Innovachem has all the rights on this specific product, and we intend to keep financing this company in order to develop other projects. Obviously, it is very important to have a first one already operating, already up and running. And so Álvaro, who works for other of our startups, will present our first client for this project. As José was mentioning, this project we are able to replicate this solution to almost any other place in the world, in Africa, but as long as there's sun and wood, with these two resources, we are able to supply any installation with energy, electricity and heat, almost in full time. So you don't need to have a backup. You have batteries, obviously, that always help, but you don't need to be connected to the grid in order to produce energy for installations far from the electrical grid. Álvaro, are you ready to go ahead?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Tiago. Thank you very much, Jose. I hope you are enjoying our presentation, and I will continue from our point of view. My name is Álvaro Ponce de León. I am a project manager in Wondersight Investments. Wondersight Investments is a Swazi company which develops renewable energy projects in Eswatini. And now I will be talking about our newest project, which is the Solarwood Good Shepherd Hospital in Siteki in Eswatini. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about general outputs of the project. The lifetime of the project will be 25 years. And we will start construction as soon as we completed our financing. And the construction will last 1.5 years. And then it will last 25 years. The power capacity in total is 0.4 megawatts, what is the same to 400 kilowatts. And the total capex of the project is 950,000 euros. The project have been already granted. I will explain you later. So first, let's talk about Eswatini. It's not a very famous country, so I think you would like to hear some facts about the country. Eswatini, before 2018, was called Kingdom of Swaziland, but it changed its name to Kingdom of Eswatini. The capital is Mbabane. And as you can see, it's a small country that is mostly surrounded by South Africa, and it also shares some border with Mozambique. The national currency is Emalangeni, but due to the strong influence of South Africa, the South African rand is also very, very well accepted. So €1 is equivalent to 19.5 Emalangeni. So you will have an idea in the other slides. It's a small country, as I said, only 17,000 square kilometers with a population of 1.25 million. The most spoken language and official language are Siswati, that is also called Swazi language, and also English due to the colony. It was from UK, but it got independence in 1968. So in Swaziland or in Eswatini, there is a great need for this project. We have addressed all the needs of this country. For example, the percentage of population with no access to electricity is very huge, is 58%. Still, the percentage of rural electricity access is 60%. So there is still 40% missing that we could supply with our product. And biomass is very well used, especially wood fuel for the total final energy consumption. 90% of households in Eswatini use biomass. Biomass is still dominant in cooking, and wood is not only used in major fuel households, but also the major source of electricity self-generation in the sugar industry, which is the biggest industry in the country. Okay, so we will implement our Solarwood solution here in the Good Shepherd Hospital. Some facts about the hospital: is a rural hospital that is located in Siteki, which is the capital of Lubombo in Eswatini. Lubombo is one of the poorest regions in Eswatini. It is very rural, and it has not big cities at all. The Good Shepherd Hospital has 250 beds and covers the whole Lubombo region, which has a population of 225 inhabitants. And the sanitary team is composed by 80 doctors and nurses. It's partially owned by the national state and the Catholic Church. And within the facilities of the Good Shepherd Hospital, there is a nursing school and some dormitories for the students. So the Good Shepherd Hospital offers quite a wide of services. They offer basic service for being a rural hospital. So here you can see some of them. Okay, so the Solarwood project will have several partners. I think some colleagues have already mentioned it, but Wundersight, that is the company from where I am talking, is the local partner, which will implement the project in Eswatini. Solarwood, the solution that Jose talked about it. The Good Shepherd Hospital, which we will sell the electricity and the energy needs they have. And Planeta Austera and Novacheme, they are the commercial and industrial partners of the Solarwood solution. I mentioned before that this project have been granted. So it has been granted from EEP Africa. EEP Africa stands for Energy Environment Partnership, and it's a clean energy financing facility hosted by the Nordic Development Fund, with funding from the Austrian Development Agency and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Finland. The vision of EEP is to achieve a climate resilient zero carbon future. So they invest in renewable energy projects in Africa, in the new energy growth of the continent. So the Solarwood Good Shepherd Hospital was granted in the 15th call of gender approach. It was granted between 18 projects out of 285. So the innovation of the project and the good quality of it was a fact. That's why it was selected. And on the other hand, Multiply Energy, it's also funding the project by the Go Parity campaign that you will hear later on. Okay, so the solution, my colleague Jose already spoke about it, but just want to mention that the Solarwood Shepherd Hospital project is an innovative solution that is the first demonstrative project that will be installed in the world, because there is no solution like this anywhere. It's innovative in the fact that it's the hybridization of the solar and biomass and grid energy management, and also will provide 100% of the energy needs of the hospital, both electrical and thermal energy needs. So now some facts about sustainability. This project will avoid 1,230 tons of CO2 equivalent by reducing the consumption of the hospital from the energy grid. About good feedstock, we need to talk about it because it's an important fact when we are talking about biomass. So we are thinking about three different options. The first, Montigny, is a timber industry which provides for wood chip to several industries. They have certified sustainable value chain certification from FSC, which is very, very well known. The second option, in Eswatini, there is an invasive species which they want to remove. It's a species which grow very thick and very fast. And there is a local association which is working in the removal. So we are working with them to take advantage of this removal and use it for our biomass power plant. So we could use it as self-producer energy. And lastly, we want to impulse a group of local women from Siteki. So they will create a cooperative farm, creating sustainable good for us and impulse local women. And as this is our main focus of the project. Okay, so this project was granted because we had a gender approach. And 10 of the people will be hired will be women between 25 and 50 and under 25 years old. So this project has a very important gender approach, as all the women all the workers will be women, sorry. We also fulfill some sustainable development goals. As number 3, we will supply energy to a rural hospital, which is suffering from blackouts. They don't have a good medical service because sometimes they don't have energy, and the energy grid is very poor and it has not good conditions. We also fulfill number 5, which is gender equality, as I mentioned before. Number 7, we'll provide, of course, renewable energy, which is clean and affordable, as our tariff will be cheaper for the hospital, so they will make savings that they could invest in medical equipment, for example. We will create work. As I said, 10 people from the local village will be hired. And also we will create some business development around the project. This Solarwood project is a totally innovative solution, and it will be the first in the world to be implemented in Eswatini. And of course, we'll be mitigating climate action. So that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. As Thiago said, if you have any question, just drop your message into the chat box, and you can also write us to the email. Thank you very much. That's all. Now I will pass the turn to Jorge.
Thank you, Álvaro. Let me see how to share the pocket. Here we are.
George, present yourself first as business angel, please.
My name is Jorge Dot. Perhaps some one of you already know me. I am business angel and I also am manager with Álvaro in Gundersite Investment in Eswatini. As business angel, I participate with Thiago and the team in several investments in Portugal, and I am very happy to share with you this opportunity. Okay, so Álvaro has explained a little bit about Eswatini. Okay, Eswatini is a really faraway country, a small one, and I know it very well because I have been traveling to Eswatini at least 30 times in the last 6 years. So I have a deep knowledge of the country because it's a very small country. It's not difficult to get knowledge of the country. Let us say that the country is like one big province in Spain or Alentejo or in Portugal, so no more than that. With the car, you can go out around the country in 1 day. And I have been there a lot of days because every trip was between 7 and 10 days. So I have spent a lot of time in the country, and this kind of country is so small and very well controlled by the government. It's not difficult to know everything in the country, to know every small village and to know all the stakeholders and the whole activity of the country. Okay. So, and doing that during these last 7 years, we have developed several solar projects, and we have a power plant as IPP operating in Siteki. And in Siteki, there is a hospital, the Vsm Hospital. I had the opportunity to know be introduced to the bishop of the Catholic Church in Mancini, in Sartini. And this guy is from Argentina. So for me, it was very easy to talk with him and to understand what they need, okay? The hospital is a very small hospital, but he gives service to a lot of people, more than 125,000 people. In fact, not every guy of these 125,000 people has the opportunity to go to the hospital, okay? If they are ill, most of them, they die without going to the hospital. And the hospital has not too many services because one of the reasons is the energy. Without energy, it's not possible to develop anything in the world. So for these countries, energy is a key issue. It's not only to provide green energy, it's to provide energy first and green, of course. And with energy, they are able to do a lot of things. But without energy, it doesn't make sense to have a good hospital. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not a question of money. It's a question that they have not infrastructure to support this kind of investment in health. Okay, so the project is very important for us, and we have set up this PV, is Solarwood Eswatini Pty Limited, as you can see here, and what we want, this PV is going to be managed by Multiplier Energy, and Multiplier Energy will be the first shareholder of the company, holding 66%. And what we need now from Multiplier is investors like you to invest in this project. And for this purpose, we have launched a campaign with GoParity in order to give you the opportunity to invest through GoParity. GoParity will give us a loan, will provide a loan to Multiplier Energy, and Multiplier Energy will repay the loan with the revenues of selling the energy at a very good price to the Vsm Hospital. And at the end, you will be paid, we will repay the loan through GoParity to you as investor, okay? So all these logos are real. In this project, it's not a big project, but it has involved a lot of people. For example, EP Africa. Alvaro already has explained it. But I want to say that EP Africa is a very well-known scheme for investing in, support green investment in Africa, in the sub-Saharan Africa. And we got the grant in a very competitive process, okay? And the project pass a very strict due diligence with EP Africa, and this due diligence was managed by KPMG. Okay. So now with Go Parity, what we are proposing you is to invest through Go Parity campaign. You will get an interest rate of 6.15% during 8 years with monthly repayments. But additionally to that, we will give you 1% of stake in multiplier energy. So doing that, you not only are going to help us with the Good Shepherd Hospital project, providing green energy for these people that need it. You always become partner of multiplier energy. Antonio Elvas has explained before that multiplier energy has a pipeline of 50 megawatts. Let us say it's 50 megawatts under development. So with 1%, we are giving you at least half megawatt of development in Europe, in Portugal. Okay, and through this scheme with Go Parity, you get a very good interest rate, 6.15%. So in our opinion, honestly, we think that it is a very good opportunity to help us with this process and with this project. Okay, and that's all. The campaign in Go Parity will be launched tomorrow, I think so. And then I suppose that it's not easy to for you to decide to invest 25,000 euro, but it's a good opportunity, and we are here to help you in any doubt because this is an investment that is warranted by Go Parity and Multiplier Energy. So you are investing in a project in Africa, but you are investing through a European company, Portuguese company, with all warranties, and we are getting a premium of 1% of stake in our company, Multiplier Energy. Okay, so thank you so much. Now we are open for your questions. Tiago,
George, there isn't a minimum amount in order to invest through Go Parity, right?
Yes, but the minimum amount, I think that it is 100 euros. So you have always the opportunity to invest directly with Go Parity, okay, with more than 100 euro. But if you want to help us really, we offer you the opportunity to invest with a ticket of 25,000 euro, getting additionally 1% of shares in Multiplier Energy with a current pipeline of at least 50 megawatts.
50?
Yes, it's a pipeline that Antonio explained before.
Okay. So this is a typical crowdfunding operation.
Yeah.
We are using a Portuguese vehicle, which is called Multiply, who has already other businesses going on, namely the development of photovoltaic facilities here in Portugal. And so this is an opportunity for those who are willing to invest 25,000 euros or more in the campaign. Those will get additionally a 1% stake in Multiply Energy. But there's no, the minimum amount is 100 euros. So
yeah, that's right.
The typical operation in Go Parity is this one. It's a loan that you are making to the company. The loan will be used to finance this project, the Good Shepherd Hospital project. But then you may have access to other projects that are also being developed by Multiply Energy and by the Antonio Elvas team. This is the way the thing is structured. Jorge, let me check if we have any question. Miguel Matias asked if the project has already some grant from, and he doesn't say anything else, but the total cost of the project is 950,000 euros, right? In euros.
Yes, that's right. The capex of the project is 950,000 euros. and we got a grant of $500,000 from EP Africa.
So 500,000 euros from a Nordic African Development Fund, and 450,000 euros from Multiply.
No,
and other investors.
we have, yes, and
I can do it.
Miguel, we can't hear you. I think you don't have enough.
Just like a what percentage? Yeah, what is already low. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? This is very bad coverage.
I think you don't have enough coverage. Maybe if you could type your question in the chat box. No, it's impossible.
I will try to. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
Jorge?
Yeah, I hear you.
So this project is more or less half financed, half of it, right?
Yes.
And I just wanted to ask you if you can add something about the advantages for the financial advantages for the hospital, for the hospital itself.
Okay, yeah. For the hospital, the financial advantages is that they are not going to invest any euro in this project, and we will provide them energy with at least a 10% discount from the current cost. We are not going to use any more coal, and they are not going to use any more diesel and to produce heat. And we are going to employ a local team of women in the area. Okay.
So they are paying the energy at a lower price.
They
right?
will pay with us. They will pay at a lower price. The real problem of the energy cost in Swaziland is the increase of the cost every year. Okay. Every year, the increase of the cost of energy is around the average in the last 10 years is 15%. Okay, so our proposal is to produce to sell the electricity at a lower price, initially at 10% at the current price, but not to increase the cost every year in this 15%. It will be increasing at least 5 points less than the current increase. Okay, but we will manage it during the process. Okay.
And what about the legal entity with which we're going to make the contract? The SPV will make the contract will sign a contract with the hospital, or,
yes.
or is there some other entity behind?
No, the SPV. The SPV right now is owned by the local company, Untitled Investments in Eswatini. Okay, 100%. Once Multiply invest at least 300,000 euros, they Multiply will own 66% of the company, of the SPV. Okay.
No, but I was asking about the hospital. Is the hospital owned by the?
The hospital is owned by the government.
It is almost if we are dealing with the Ministry of Health.
Yeah.
The local
it's managed by the Catholic Church, but owned by the government. Mm-hmm. Yes,
okay.
we are currently dealing with the government, okay, because we are an IPP. We are producing electricity in one project. It was the first project connected to the grid in Eswatini, Solar One, and we are invoicing every month and we are paid every month. So there is not a problem with that.
And which currency will be used?
The Emananemi that is linked with the ZAR, with the Rand.
South African Rand. Thar is South African rand.
Thar means South in South African rand. Is in African. It's a language similar to the Netherlands.
So the SPV is going to be billing monthly invoices to the client based on an agreed way of measuring the output
With a meter. We have 2 meters, one for the electricity, one for the heat.
and one for the heat. Okay. Okay. Another question, Philippe. Philippe asked about competition. If there are similar products on the market, and also he asked if this is an adequate product for temporary events, temporary facilities, something like a.
Yes, for temporary facilities, it could be used. Okay, why not? Because it's a container solution, and you can put it here and to move it to other, and for solutions for people that is moving or when there are problems with in any place of the world, you can send the containers and install it and begin to produce. Okay. The first question was about
The novelty of the solution.
the novelty. Okay. All the components of Solarwood are standard components. So we are not doing, the innovation is not in each component. The innovation is in putting all together and making it scalable and modular. Okay. So, but I don't know about solutions like this one, modular solutions in the world, but it could be, but I don't know.
These solutions allows for a real-time energy production if the supplies of wood are in place, right?
Yes, yes.
As long as there's wood.
Yes, but in all South Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, you can find wood. And notice that the wood is always managed by ladies, by the women, okay, in Africa. Why? Because they cook with wood, and they do everything with wood. And at least in Eswatini, I know it very well, always the ladies are in charge of provide wood for the home. So they know how to do it, and they do it usually properly, because they have been doing that during the last 1,000 years, okay? So they know how to do it. And we want to take advantage of that they are used to use the wood, and they have a very good solar resource.
We're a little bit behind schedule, but Georgia, let me ask you still something about the platform that our entrepreneurs chose in order to launch this campaign. A little bit about Go Parity, a Portuguese crowdfunding platform. They already gave green light for this campaign to go live. I think it will go live tomorrow, or at least by the beginning of next week. And why did you choose Go Parity for this campaign?
Okay, because Go Parity is a Portuguese company. It's a medium-sized crowdfunding company. We know the managers and we are confident with them. We have passed the due diligence process with them, technical due diligence process, and legal and financial due diligence process. So we are happy with them, and it's a good opportunity for Go Parity, for the crowdfunding market in Portugal, and for us as Portuguese company developing an innovative solution for Africa.
So this project has already gone through 2 different due diligence processes, right?
Yeah, it's right.
One from Nordic Fund.
Mm-hmm. Managed by KPMG.
Another from Go Parity.
Yeah.
And
Alvaro is an expert in due diligence now, because he has suffered the hard due diligence from KPMG.
And the third one by Multiply, obviously, by the Multiply
Obviously.
Energy team.
Yeah.
So 3 due diligence processes, and so the project is ready to go. And just one final question, I'm remembering some questions. 1.5 years in order to build and to start operating the facility?
No, this is a mistake. I heard it before. No. Once we have every permit in place to go ahead with the project, and we have the finance closed, it takes at least 3 months to deliver the containers, 3 to 4 months to deliver the containers to the site, and at least 2 months to install it. But in this case, we have planned 1.5 years, because 1 year is for getting all the team with human, and to train them, and to manage the team. Okay, so but the installation is 6 months. In 6 months, we will be producing electricity and heat, and we have another 1 year. But it was a requirement from EP Africa, okay, to secure, to be sure that everything is fine. So with this budget, part of the budget is for 1 year of implementing the system.
Okay. Thank you very much, George. I think I will ask you to put me as a host right now in order to conclude this webinar.
Thank you to you all.
If you have any questions, feel free to use our contacts. So our next events will be one in July about digital transformation by another one of our startups, Team Play Ventures. Also in July, we are planning to host a webinar about green hydrogen with Miguel Matias and other persons preparing the material. I think it's going to be quite interesting. And then we are planning also one in the agro-food sector, organic agro-food, and another one in impact investing. So,
yeah, sorry, I forgot to say something. It's because we are launching a campaign to get help for the COVID at the Vsm Hospital. Okay, so we will send to you all guys information about that very soon.
Very well. So, thank you all of you for attending this webinar. I hope to see you soon. Feel free to share another ideas that you might have with us. You have our contacts in the screen, and see you in the next webinar, if not before. Thank you very much for attending, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye all. Ciao.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.